In this video, I'm going to take you through the steps of setting up the QXO integration functionality and how you can utilize it within your Dataforma system. To start off, once QXO is enabled in your database, you can go under the Choose File menu and go to the Purchase Orders module. From within the module, you'll notice that there's a button in the upper right that says Manage QXO. So your first step is going to be to click on that and then connect your account. And you'll see it says here, Connect to QXO. When I click on that, it's going to say sign in. It's going to redirect you to your QXO login details. And once you sign in, it'll make the connection. Now it's going to ask me to do a review and sign. And this is just authorizing that you agree to do this. And you hit save. And now it's officially connected. The additional step you need to take is most people with a database have one division. It'll probably be called your corporate division here. You had to connect your corporate division to your QXO account as well. And where it has this search drop-down list, when you click on that, you'll be able to select the account tied to QXO. You'll have to search for the company. So you need to have the QXO company created in your database. So that way when you select it, you can then do this mapping scheme. So QXO will need to be set up as a vendor company in your program. And when you see this connection, you can map it to your branch. So this is directly set up in your QXO account. You can also set up this sync interval that'll just auto sync the pricing. This is just syncing every day. And then I'll hit save. And once that's enabled, you're all set, ready to go. So now you can go back into the purchase order module. And there's two main functions you can perform. You can either directly create a purchase order into QXO, or you could even start at a quotes process, which you'll notice up here, requesting pricing first before ordering a purchase order. Now, if I just wanted to do a purchase order, in the upper right, I'll hit Options, click on Create QXO Purchase Order. The standard one is outside of the integration. And at the top, it'll auto default your division and your QXO vendor branch. The generator, that can be an employee within your own company who's creating the purchase order. You can do that. It's not required. And then you can connect this to a project or work order. Say I want to do this with a project here. And then the QXO job pricing menu from your QXO account you can select. Now, the shopping cart, you can click the plus sign here that says Add QXO Product. And when I click on this, it's going to allow me to search within QXO. Now I can do a search here. It's going to find any product based on the name that I type in. And within here, I can select various options that I want to select. And if I hit select to the right, it'll give me additional SKU numbers and color options as well. I can hit add product to cart. And then if I go back, I can search again if I want to add additional products to my list. So you can go through and truly add as much information in here as you want. And it's just basically repeat until you have all the quantities added that you like. And then you can just put the total quantity in here. So whatever that amount is, go ahead and put that information in. If there is pricing previously attached, you'll see the pricing. If not, the pricing will just say to be determined, at which point you'll get pricing sent back to you. I can go ahead and hit proceed to checkout here to the right. It's going to request a ship method, a delivery method where it can be a ship to or a pickup, a delivery date that I can go in and I could select morning, afternoon, or so on. It automatically fills in the address from the project information I plugged in. You can also deliver to your warehouse. You will have these options as well if you prefer to go to the warehouse at your company or to the job site. It's going to give a summary of the shopping cart, and then I can click review and complete purchase. And once I complete the purchase down here, so I just reviewed it and now I complete. So it's like a two-step click. And now shows the completed purchase order within the Dataforma system. At this point, you will receive an email from QXO notifying you that they had received the request. And it's going to notify you as well once it's been approved. So the purchase order is now in. You could exit out of here. On this page down below, you would see, if I refresh, purchase order that went into the program. Now, there's additional features you can do in here when it comes down to searching. There's options. There's even a report function in here that you can do a report on a product, various things you can do. But at this point, the order has gone through, QXO has received it, and then they will notify you once it's been approved. Additionally, if you wanted to start with a quote first, you can go to quotes here. And then in the upper right, you can go to options, create new quote, and you can just give it a name. So for example, whatever you want to call it, you hit next. And then on this page here, the division defaults in. You select your vendor and your job pricing. If you want to tie it to a project, you can. If you rather just go straight to a warehouse, you can choose that down below. So I'm going to a job site and it pulls the job site address. And then if I hit save in the upper right, I can then start adding products. There's also a function for product profiles. So for Dataforma users, if you have a product profile set up and you had the products linked to your QXO products, for example, I could do a QXO search. This is just a product group that was set up. And if I hit add, it'll just add the products here. So there's 3 in this group. Now, each of these products individually, I can add quantities to it. Again, just basic details. And then I could save to the right of these individually. And then at the top of the page, I can hit submit quotes. And that went into the database. So if I click back on top of this, I can see information on it. I can also hit reject if I want to cancel this or revise if I need to edit any of the product data down below. So all this information will go straight again to QXO. You'll get email notifications from them, letting them know, they'll let you know that they have received the quotes. They'll submit back to you the pricing down here, once they approve of it. If I hit QXO sync, that'll just update information on here, which nothing is there. Once you receive it, you'll also notice where it says quoted price to be determined. It'll give you some status information. If I scroll down the page, here's an example. See how it says submitted versus ordered versus received. So these are just different statuses along the way. Up here at the top, we have a draft, submitted, received, and ordered. So you can run searches, but once they received it, they have the dollar value plugged in here. You'll see that. Again, they're going to send you email notifications about this information. For example, here's an email that I just received for the pending order for the quote that I submitted. So it's going to tell you this data as you go. Now, if I take a look at this one here and I want to hit place order, I can hit this button. So they give me the pricing. All this is doing is it's reopening up that purchase order form from the quote that I submitted. And then again, so if I wanted to ship it to the location, I can select the delivery date and the time, or just morning, afternoon, or any time. The shipping address, I can connect it here as well where I want it to go to, and so on. So This one in particular was just a warehouse delivery. So I'll just select my warehouse. And then at the bottom, I hit review and complete purchase. It refreshes the page, and then I hit complete purchase. And then that purchase order officially has now gone through for that to be delivered. So in general, you can choose to do the quote feature before a purchase order, or you can just go simply straight to purchase order and order your materials from QXO using their catalog of products. If you have any additional questions on this, don't hesitate to reach out to Dataforma through the support line or through your account rep. Thank you.